Mm,
I think I think the best thing for me to do in life was for me to be a security guard and save people.
mm,
And in that aspect, since I like to help people and save people and be diligent, be a vigilante, I I really like being out there and defending people and making sure everybody's safe under my watch. So that's something that I wanted to do that made me really, really passionate. So it made me want to open a business that teach people how to do security and basically help me out here. Help me out here
like,
because
like, do you want to help on the like help to train, like, train people who are in security to diffuse situations, or uh,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah, yeah, most definitely. So, you
Sorry,
know,
I'm pulling these clothes. So
that's pretty amazing, man. That's a great ambition. I mean, and you also have years of experience doing it too. Like, I know you've been doing this for quite a while now,
yeah, 12 years,
dude. That's crazy.
a long time. And I
So,
just
uh-huh.
no, go ahead.
Is there a particular time that stood out for you, like one of those like defining moment scenarios as in your time doing security?
When I stopped MS-13 for showing up the club by myself,
Wow, wow.
I talked them out of it.
I mean, that must have been a very tense situation, though.
All scared shitless. I cried afterwards.
Yeah, I could have, bro. I could imagine. My God. And it, you know, I'm glad you said that, man. It takes a very special type of human to kind of like, do these things, because I'm pretty sure like anybody else probably would have led them closer to danger, or would have been too scared to do anything about it. So, like I feel like, you handled that heroically. But, not everybody can say that, and not everybody can do that in every moment either.
I did it the other day too. Last week,
Mm.
sorry, 2 weeks ago. There's this blood. He came to the bar, and he banned from the bar too. He can't come in, but he tried to come in anyway because he thinks he's a tough guy. And he thinks he's the only tough guy on the block. He came in and he said, "I'm coming in this bar." I said, "No, you're not." And he tried to walk past me, and I was right in front of him. I said, "You're not coming to this bar." And he said, "Get out my face." I said, "You're not coming to this bar." And he looked me in my eyes. He said, "You want to die?" And I'm like, "Sure." Swear to God, I'm not making this up, bro. And he was going to make a phone call. He went outside, and he never came back.
Well, that's good. I mean, yo, that's crazy. And I'm pretty sure that's not like, this is like, part of the experience too. Like it is something you run into, like probably more times than you care to admit.
Yeah, I have. That is true.
But
I don't.
but for the most part, the role is positive though. Like, like it's usually like a chill experience, or is always something.
It's always something.
Always something.
Now, on a positive note, bro.
Mm-hmm.
On a positive note, if you want to go on a positive note, because I know that was kind of negative. Um, I do want to tell you something.
What's up?
So I am talking to a girl right now. She's a chemistry teacher. It's supposed to be my girlfriend, but that's the one I'm supposed to deal with later at Forest Hills.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
she motivated me to go into teacher fellows again,
How do you feel?
and even huh?
How do you feel about it?
I like teaching, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do like it. I just hate bad kids.
It's part of the job, man. I mean,
Oh, I know, I
they're not
know,
going
I know.
anywhere, bro. As a matter of fact, the kids that act the worst in your class are the kids that need you the most. You probably heard that before, right?
No.
All right. Well, the kids that act up the most usually have something else going on, and their way of releasing that stress and that tension is taking it out on you in some way, and probably other teachers. I'm pretty sure it's a pattern. It's the same person and if multiple classes, then it's a pattern. If it's just with you, then it's something that you might have to address in your own practice, so it's like it could be one of those things where, like, it's a little bit of me and a little bit of you, and we got to figure out where we could, like, meet in the middle. There's a lot of bargaining in that role, in being a teacher. You know what I mean? It's hard, but at the same time, it's not impossible. And kids are little humans, man. So it's just like, how would you want to be reasoned with at certain times? And what type of boundaries and expectations can you place on them that that they can, one, handle, two, live up to, and three, thank you for later on. It's not easy, bro. Trust me. And the thing is, you don't get to everybody. You can't save everyone. And sometimes you got to forgive yourself. Like in jobs like teaching and being a doctor, you know what I mean? Like, especially working at a hospital, and you're dealing with a lot of, like, bedside manner patients where, like, you're going through a range of things. Some things are, like, always curable, and you feel, like, amazing once you, like, cured the disease, or, that person can walk again, or whatever the case may be. But what happens when you can't? How do you take that? You know what I mean? Some people like inevitably shut themselves off, like, naturally. You know what I mean? Same thing happens in the teaching profession, naturally. Some people continue to care. Some people, like, work even harder to try to prevent that from happening as much as possible. But again, like, it's not something, and that consumes some people too. Like, people get lost in that. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think, like, they talk about mental health and therapy being important. Yeah, most definitely. Like, there's something to be said about that too.
Yeah, but I do want to. I think I definitely do want to do it. I think I want to do it. I think you're right. After what you just said, I never heard of. I never heard that the kid might have to. They might need you the most to balance kid. I never heard that. Probably that's true. Well, at their age, I need the teachers the most, so they just was right by me.
Bro, and I'm pretty sure you also didn't make it easy for them to connect to you either. Right?
That's true.
So there's a little bit of both. And I think, like, how do you, and having that experience, how do you, because I've also felt disconnected with adults and teachers in my life, and I know that sucks, especially at times where I felt like, I needed some type of connection. Of course, bro, like, absolutely. The reason why I've turned to becoming I was the most unathletic kid in elementary and middle school. And it wasn't until high school where I discovered sports as an outlet for joy and fun, you know what I mean? Because it was presented in the right way. Like, I played, I was a competitive person, like, but I was competitive because I wasn't as good as everybody else growing up. So by the time when I got good or got to that level, losing was hard, man. Losing was very hard. So, it took very, as our coach, I mean, he's definitely one of the most influential people, to have touched the lives of, like, so many young gentlemen, man, and some ladies too.
How are you doing anyway? How you been keeping tabs?
I haven't, man. I haven't.
We're horrible people.
Nah, I think we all come into this thing where it's just like so many, it's like so much, man. Just so much to keep track of. Like, how do you keep track of everything? Like, your past, your present, your future. Like, and the fact is, like, I'm not really on social media like that either. So that's, like, I'm not out there. That's a hard thing. So, like, I don't really connect with people as much these days because, they're not seeing what I'm doing, basically, right? I'm basically, like, dropping off the face of the earth, like I'm inactive to them.
Yeah, same here. I stopped using social media like that too. I use it. I say like a few words and that's it. Like, literally, like, I'm growing up too. you grew up faster, but I'm sorry to not use that shit. Instagram, people are following me. I don't post nothing like that no more.
Yeah, I mean, I still, and it's funny, like, that I know that, like, if you dedicate time to your Instagram and dedicate time to Twitter, like, you tailor make it to what your ideologies are and what you believe in and stuff, which is cool too. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like almost having a online, like, like, journal session, if you will, like, and getting a chance to get other people's perspectives who agree with you, and cool, like, and some people like conflict too. People like to disagree, people like to argue, it's natural.
I hate that.
I'm not. I mean, I'm personally not a fan of it, but at the same time, like when we say that we have like the right to free speech, I mean, this is kind of the caveat to that. This is kind of like the consequence of having free speech. You know what I mean? People are going to be like snap and abuse it. You know what I mean? And use it in the wrong context. Just to prove that you can't. You know what I mean? Just to prove that you have that like way to you and way about you. Which is cool, I guess. Like that's the avenue you've chosen. You've chosen freedom. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, because I don't know. That's how people like conceptualize freedom. I can do the opposite of what's being told to me.
Yo, bro, I'm so sorry. I got a phone call. I hear any said for like 20 seconds.
Wow. All right.
For 20 seconds. For 20 seconds. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, no big deal. You know what? I'll keep the recording. I'll have you go back and listen to it. When you hear it back, you can provide an answer next time we do this. Oh, like your response, I guess, next time we do this.
Shoot, I'm so sorry.
No, all good, bro. As a matter of fact, let me just leave it up to you. What do you want to talk about today?
Anything, man. Like, honestly, the flow of this conversation is pretty well.
Nah, I agree.
Very therapeutic to me right now. I actually haven't talked to in a while. Been busy doing everything and working and doing all this. How about we talk about something juicy?
Okay.
How you feel about
Let's
the
see
Will
how
Smith?
Uh-huh.
How you feel about the Will Smith Chris Rock incident?
Oh, how I feel about it, man.
Be honest.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I'll let you know how I feel about it.
You're probably gonna be shocked at my response because I got jumped for it.
I know you're gonna pack the heat and the humor. But yeah, man, I think I've heard so many different perceptions and perspectives about it. Mad people are upset at Will Smith, and I get it. He deserved, he deserved, people to be upset. It's an unprofessional thing that he did. Did we blow it out of like major proportion? Possibly. But don't we all do that? And the other thing is, I mean, this was, I'm a little disappointed in Will Smith, I guess, as well, because it just wasn't a good look, man. It just wasn't a good look. It was like, you and Chris Rock should be celebrating together. Y'all shouldn't be engaged and entrenched in violence. You know what I mean? And the fact is, if you had an issue that you wanted to resolve, you wait to the appropriate time to resolve it. I thought he didn't choose the spot wisely, But the thing is, and inversely, and that this is where I put things into perspective because I look at the whole timeline, right? How many times has Will Smith really committed like any acts of like violence or like mistrust of the public? He got caught in a human moment. He did the wrong thing, and at some point, he does deserve to be forgiven. So that's how I feel.
Okay, good. Honestly, bro, I mean, I agree that it should not have happened right then and there. I agree that it should have been taken backstage. I agree on that prestigious event that it shouldn't have been a thing. If people are coming from all over the place, and it's just an embarrassment to do it. I understand, but Chris Rock deserved it, bro. He deserved it, bro. Like how you talk about somebody's wife? If I mean, I understand that.
There is that aspect too. No, I definitely feel you on that. I mean, I can see how you get caught up in the moment, and the fact is, like you looking to D up your loved one. You know what I mean? Like there's something to be said about that too. But I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, I understand that. Jada and August, the singer, did their thing, and Jada did this, but at the end of the day, that's their problem. And Will is going through so much with these jokes and these trolls. Like you just like how much can a man take?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if it was you up there, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine if you was up there and someone making fun of your wife's hair condition, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. I probably would do the same thing and then apologize afterwards. I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably I'll punch him.
Nah, man, and that's the other thing. That's why I said like there has to be some forgiveness as well there. You know what I mean? I think, again, you could be upset at what he did, but I feel like people also take things out of proportion, and like you criminalize people as well. You know what I mean? Like everybody's done something that they either regret, wish that they can take back. Has changed the perception of people around them. And I did something messed up. And you have to own up to it. You know what I mean? You gotta like look yourself in the mirror the next day, and you have to forgive yourself, one, and then, but at the same time, like, when you move after that, like, shoot, I mean, I don't know, like, there's gonna be a certain point where Will has to stop asking for forgiveness and just start to, living his life despite what people think about him, and I think the rest will fall into place.
I agree. Because if it was me, the old me would just like everybody. Don't care.
Yeah, I know you said that.
Don't care. Just another boy. And that's it. But yeah, I agree. As an adult, he shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been handled differently.
Yeah, most definitely.
Maybe they'll talk backstage. Or stop him backstage. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Wait till the after party. Let it be the story of the after party where he gets slapped backstage. You know what I mean? Like, wait for it. Pick your spot. That could have. I don't know, man. As I say, like, just think about like the event. If you would have done it at a different time, sometimes you might have done the thing that's going to get you the most praise, but you didn't choose the right time. And timing is everything. Yeah, that I know that's such a cliche, but it really is also the truth.
Amen. Amen, bro. If I'm bringing drama to your podcast, bro. I don't care,
man,
bro.
let's do it.
You know what? He let New York City down. Chris Rock, bro.
Whoa, man. Let New York City down,
bro.
What?
He let Brooklyn down, bro.
Oh, because he didn't slap him back?
Yeah, bro. He let us down, bro. Like, how you gonna get slapped in front of everybody, bro? Like, by a grown man. You're a grown man getting slapped, bro. By a grown man, bro.
Man, like a lot of people say he took the Jesus route. He turned the other cheek.
Obviously, and it hurt.
It hurt. I mean, listen, he fired the first verbal shot, and then boom, then Will Smith fired the physical shot, and then Chris Rock deaded it right there. It was like, yo, we still have a show to do.
It smells like
I respect that.
Nah, bro, he let us down, bro. I can't believe he. Just thinking about it, it just makes me angry, bro. Like, how you gonna let another man slap you, bro? How would you handle it, Jay Randall? How would you handle it if that happened to you?
Yo, surprisingly, I'm going by Jay Midas today.
What the?
Going by JR Midas today, baby. No, it's fine. Jay Randall's cool too.
Yo, which one?
I know. I got multiple aspects. I have an identity crisis right now going on. Trying to figure it all out. You know what? Let's try JR Midas and see how far we get with it. All right. You call me Midas for short if you want to.
I won't play Midas. I think Midas is a dope name.
Thank you.
I like a gun. From Destiny. I'm playing Midas.
I respect it. I mean, yeah, it's my old name, so I'm starting to embrace it. By the way, I didn't tell you that I came up with 2 recent tracks. I just recorded them, and it's the first time I did it in over a decade.
Hear it, if you don't mind.
All right, you want to hear it now? You want to wrap up our conversation about Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Bro, that's a done deal, bro. Chris Rock, he is an embarrassment. Will Smith is an embarrassment. He's back for 10 years. It's a wrap, bro. I just wanted to hear what you had to say about it because people have different views on that.
Yeah, man. Yo, I mean, I think the thing that tripped me out even more was that thing that went down in Brooklyn, with the train. You heard that, right?
Oh, yeah, man. What the f is wrong with people, bro? Sorry. He threw a smoke grenade.
Yeah.
And then shot the train for no reason. Did he have an agenda behind it? Like, what was his problem?
Yo, it's crazy. Even after reading about it, they don't have enough information at the time that I read it. I don't know if they got more. I mean, they said they apprehended the person, so by now I'm pretty sure they have a maybe developing story as to why he might have done it. But really, just I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, no matter what caused it, you know what I mean. No matter what the result is, people are all over the place with the stories that we make up because we don't have a full context, right? But I'm gonna just say this: I'm disappointed in New York, bro. Like, I mean, that's worse than any Oscar slap that there ever could be. Like that's some real dumb stuff. And quite frankly, like we all suffer for that, bro. Like now they're gonna put more law enforcement, right, attention to because we're trying to avoid this issue, and then more people are gonna get harassed as a result. People don't think things through, and quite frankly, I don't know what led you to this bad day, but thank you for all of us, And then also, my heart obviously goes out to the victims of people. It's a very traumatizing experience. And I think that goes without saying by now. I think everybody's exhausted at that point, So but my heart goes out to the people who are affected by that because quite frankly, I've been in traumatizing situations and them is not fun to deal with. You know what I mean? It takes a long time for you to get over that too. So so bam. I think the one thing that New York that I love most about it was the fact that at one point we live by don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. And people just out here starting reason these days. It's losing its identity and people just going too wild.
I like this.
Real estate and the games that they play, and trying to jack up the rent and trying to push people out. And we, the people, like ourselves, you know what I mean? Like have to start taking care of our own communities, like we got to start like not littering because rats is on the street. Like they roam the streets of New York. It's crazy. Roam the streets of New York. And we're not doing anything to try to change that or fix that. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand that we got to throw out trash and all that stuff. I mean, we have a place to put it. Sanitation is also behind schedule. There's so many like crazy things that are here, but there's a lot of things that we could help too. By like, I don't know, not throwing our chicken bones on the floor. And like picking up after your dogs. That would be really helpful.
Interesting. So, do you think because I'll answer after you if you don't mind, but do you think that we cause our problems like our people, minorities, Midas?
Oh no! I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get caught in the same trap that Childish Gambino got caught in. That's crazy, bro. No, we don't know. I don't think that's the case at all. No.
No, I'm not trying to catch you to no trap. I'm just because I feel the same way.
No, I feel that. Yeah, it's hard, bro. Like like I know we feel like to a certain degree like representatives of our like cultures and backgrounds, our neighborhoods and all this. Like we stand as that representation of that, especially because once the news headlines hit, like people already have a preconceived notion or agenda about the person. You know what I mean? Like then it starts becoming about that one individual, and then you begin to generalize. We gotta stop generalizing. You know what I mean? We have to start isolating and say, oh, this person, did this. But at the same time, we're also not there yet either. Like there's a lot of wires that need to be like connected. and there's a lot of wires that are like completely crossed and like broken at this point. So you know, it's more complex than just like, oh, like people of color just like the neighborhood and the economy. No, it's not. It's more than that, you know. But you know, the first thing that I think we should, you know, what we should do is start like working. You know, the hard part is we got, you know, it's working toward our communities, right? And but what does that mean, right? And how does that look? And you know, like, do people want to change and get out of the conditions that they're in? And again, this goes back to not everybody can be saved, but you know, like having meaningful conversations help, you know, like, and changing people's perspectives one at a time, or changing your own perspective one at a time, you know, like that's what I feel like has been like the biggest help for me, is like learning from everybody else, hearing other people speak and hearing their perspectives and perceptions on things, and kind of coming up to my own, you know, my own conclusion as to, you know, like, you know, I believe, you know, this is my truth. I'm not speaking for anybody else. But I think one of the issues with, you know, like New York is New York puts people in a condition to fail on purpose. You know, it's almost like to weed people out, if you will. It, you know, it's by design. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be like under pressure, like, you know, are you a diamond or are you dust, right? And that's what they want to check for. Like, they call it the hamster wheel for a reason. You know, running the hamster wheel. You know, so that's my, you know, that's my belief. But the I think the way out of it is just like not following the same patterns that, you know, of, you know, as you know, educating yourself on money is a real important thing here. You know, reading, like just reading, like not just periodicals and what, you know, and like news articles, but just like overall like literature, like things that you like, you know what I mean, things that have interest, and uh you know, and then also, you know, like for people who find ways to help out there, you know, in some ways, you know, like do a service, an act of service in some way, you know, I think that will help build, if you find that. And that's all individual stuff, you know, like whatever in that act of service is to you, you know, you can go ahead and give that to somebody who needs it. um you know, I think there's a lot of things that we could do to make our environment better around us. And but I think that's up to us, the citizens, to put the pressure on, you know, the people who govern us, to be like, this is what we want, you know what I mean, and push through what we want. So, but the thing is, we have to know what we want.
Exactly, I agree. We definitely do gotta know what we want. And so far, we've as people,
Yeah. Yeah.
are.
You know, just think about it, man. I mean, I know that we talk, you know, I know that people have very sensitive feelings about religion, but let's just put ourselves in any religion. Don't name one, you know, like, is this the way that they want people out here acting? And again, you know, right now it's hard because, um, you know, I think like there's a lot of like people grieving too, you know what I mean? And like there's a lot of like loss and stuff that still hasn't yet to be addressed. And there's more people who are hurt, right, than there are, you know, people to help them, help us. You know what I mean? All of us need it at some point.